Welcome to Tone Deaf, a theater nerd's guide for their musically challenged spouse. That was our fourth co-host. He's a guest host today, Steven.
Steven, stop hitting the mic.
He's a ginger tabby. I'm Kay, a musical theater nerd. For now.
And I'm Warren. I'm fucking horrified.
Yeah, so we weren't anticipating recording this yet, but the Cats trailer dropped.
On that note, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Steven, however, really liked, as you can probably hear him batting on the mic, he was very excited by it. I think it's because they show a sprinkling of catnip.
Yeah,
in the thing. I'm gonna hold him.
He is currently on catnip right now. Yeah, I think he's our guest host.
He's currently lovey.
He usually doesn't do shows with us, but because we're doing cats today,
he was meowing outside the door when we were getting ready to record. So we're like, well, I guess someone wants to give his 2 cents about the show. Not the show, the trailer.
Jesus Christ, what did we watch?
Hell. We watched Hell.
I know what we watched. We watched The Island of Dr. Moreau. Or Meow-Ro, sorry.
Meow-Ro.
Island of Dr. Meow-Ro, where a horrible experiment took place and was unleashed on London, and they've ruined Jennifer Hudson and Idris Elba, and I didn't think it was possible to be both horny and horrified.
There's something. Okay, that's your inborn furriness right there.
No, that's not the furriness. That's Idris Elba and Jennifer Hudson are always attractive, and I saw their face, but then I was horrified because of what it was attached to. And Jennifer Hudson.
At least say
what have they done?
If I had a boner when we started that, I would have had a reverse boner afterwards.
God damn.
I think furries everywhere are probably very excited, I
would
imagine. Or
horrified. I think this would be scary to them.
You know, to be fair, they look... The thing is, they look more human than they look cats.
Raw. So, the makeup for cats... we always make fun of, because it's so weird, but this...
But at least they looked more like cats.
Yeah.
Like in this, it feels like they just stuck human faces on cat
Jesus
bodies.
Christ.
Like they did...
But humanish cat bodies.
Oh man. The thing... Sorry. Anthropomorphized human cat bodies. So it's, so it looks just like the show in regards to the... everything from the neck down on the characters, more or less. But the faces, before they release this, Cats producers and executives, I know you're listening, so please do some final tweaks on everyone's face, give them broader noses and some more, tilting to the eyes and some wider noses. Please make them look more like cats. Don't make it look like you sliced the face off of a bunch of actors and just stuck it on a mannequin that was in, like, cat latex.
I would have been...
spandex, that's what I meant.
I would have been happier seeing these actors either voicing cats, which I don't know how you could do any of the dance, but since they're injecting a story, like an actual story into this, which is wrong.
We saw them all over London in the trailer.
And like, it looks like it's centering around Victoria, which is weird, because she's featured dancer in this.
But she's like, didn't you say before when we watched Cats that she's like a kitten or something?
Her, Jemima, and I can't remember the other one, are kittens.
Yeah, they're definitely trying. I think they're going, what are the weak things about Cats? What do people not like about it? And they listened to our episode, of course, and they went, they don't like the fact that there's not a story, or at least a clear story. So we're going to give everybody a story, like give the whole thing a story. And that change, I'm kind of like, okay, sure, why not? Like, if you're going to make them, like, if you're going to do a revision, things that you could change, you could do worse than to actually inject a story. The thing that I'm just hung up on is how creepy they look. Like, I am very much of the mind that they should scrap the entire project and start over again and do everything in practical effects. And
at
what
this
I mean
point,
at
Jesus
this point, because
Christ.
the CGI looks so creepy that I really wish that they would just put everybody in 4-hour makeup every day.
Yeah,
And just
that would be better.
And just live action record it. Have big sets if you want to, go and have them be on a human's bed, tearing it up and throwing the feathers everywhere, or whatever else they were doing, running through the streets of London. And I don't know if I saw a junkyard once that entire trailer.
No, they don't have it in a junkyard anymore, which is an upsetting change.
So,
because I mean, it's interesting to see them doing something different with this. And different is quite the word.
Steven is, just you listeners out there know, Steven is struggling hard because he so wants to go and rub up against that mic. He loves you, and he wants to share his love with you.
He also wants to give me hives. I'm going to have to take some Benadryl as soon as this is over.
Yeah, so I'm going to hold him now and I'm going to try and scratch him.
So the trailer opens with cats in an alleyway, and it kind of looks like we're having the connection with Mr. Mistopheles and Victoria, as well as with Plato and Victoria, which is weird to me. Just because... so, from a Cats fandom point of view, it's weird to me because those were two pretty big ships.
Okay.
So that
was an actual ship in the Cats fandom
when
you were kids?
I shipped Mr. Mistopheles and Victoria. But
well, it looks like you're getting your wish.
It might be a friggin' love triangle, which is absolutely not my wish. I will stop watching something if there's a love triangle. They're so contrived. Either do polyamory or don't do that crap. Seriously, I'm sick of this angst. Anyway, maybe they won't do that, but it kind of looks like they are. And, we have Mr. Mistopheles bringing Victoria to this gated area, which I'm kind of like, okay, are they trying to reenact the whole opening part where Victoria's dancing and Mr. Mistopheles does the Jellicle Ball song, the invitation to the Jellicle Ball, or what? I have no idea. Did you notice this isn't going to be a sung through? Technically? Victoria had lines.
Oh.
Which
okay.
Victoria doesn't usually even... she's not a featured singer or anything. She's featured dancer, but not featured singer.
Oh yeah, they're making it all about her. She is in every scene pretty much.
Which, it's also funny because Jemima is the first one to sing with Grisabella, and maybe they'll still do that. I don't know. They made Jason Derulo really creepy as Rum Tum Tugger. Everyone was creepy, but that was, it was one of the... He was the one that I had him and Judi Dench were the ones, actually, that I had the most, you just sliced off this actor's face reaction to.
Judi Dench looked very much like they just peeled her face off and
put it on a cat. And,
she's... a cat, that's why it's like a mannequin. They stuck her face on, not her body.
And it's one of those things where it's she's pretty, but it's that uncanny valley moment of this is not right.
That's the big issue, is it's the uncanny valley. It's like if everybody was wearing a cat's costume, but it didn't have any, face stuff to it. I don't recall seeing anybody really with whiskers. Mm-mm. I don't, and most of them didn't have anything done with the nose. I swear Mr. Mistopheles looks more like Mike Myers in The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he does.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was the thing, it fluctuates, because it's some people look more like cats and others just look like people with painted faces wearing cat costumes. And it is so unnerving. It is so unnerving.
And, okay, and so after this whole going up to the gate, we have Jennifer, and throughout this, Jennifer Hudson is singing Memory, and I was sitting here going, please don't do my girl dirty. Please don't do my girl dirty. And that was where it was that beautiful voice, that beautiful, smooth, silky voice, and the vestiges of her face that are one of those things that I am by for Jennifer Hudson, coming from the Franken Grisabella. It was the most jarring moment for me to see that, because I was just hearing her voice and I was picturing Jennifer Hudson, and that led to my horror when I saw what she looks like. And it's one of those things where I'm like, these people work so hard for this digital fur technology.
Yeah.
I feel so bad dissing on it, but dear God.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the opposite of you. I don't have an issue for the most part with the bodies, just because in vein of the Cats musical,
yeah,
every body was a human body.
I guess what it is, it's not so much coming out of the body, it's coming out of the creature that they turned into, these people.
And I feel like some of the CGI is very conspicuous.
Yes.
It very much feels like they spent... I don't want to say that the movie looks cheap, but in some regards the movie looks kind of cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's not the case, but to me I kind of think that says that the CGI is maybe... I don't know, it just looks wrong.
It really does.
It looks wrong. I feel like practical effects for this kind of thing would look so much better. If they were going to do full CGI, I wish that they would have just CGI'd everybody and not tried to make them look like they're actors. Oh, okay. Steven does not like me bad talking the trailer. He is like, fuck you, Warren. It was a beautiful piece of art. I was petting Steven and then he got all ferocious. So.
Yeah, he's not thrilled with what we're doing now. He's just like...
Well, you can leave, Steven. You wanted in the room when we were going to record, okay? He's like, you know what? Fuck you. I will leave. Oh, he's going to climb on Latte's crate. Enough narrating what the cat in the room is doing.
So, after this... like alleyway thing, they go into someone's house, which, okay, is this Mungo, Jerry, and Rumple Teaser's home? Is this or are they going into her home? Is she not an alley cat? I mean, the way she was acting, I kind of thought maybe she's a stray who they're showing her all the life that she could... Or no, that's Jenny Annie Dot's house, is where that might be.
Does she have a house?
Yeah, because she's the Gumby cat who... like, during the day, sits, and then so throughout the evening, she's, doing chores around the house and training the mice and the rats to clean up, and...
Well, I totally forgot about that from however many episodes ago.
And that's Rebel Wilson's character.
When we were talking about how they were doing this movie, and you're mentioning the cast, the people that I did know, I was excited about her for sure. Because she's a really good singer.
She is.
And she's really good in comedic roles, but even her character didn't really look right.
Yeah.
It's like most of the cats...
It was really weird. And then we get bits with Old Deuteronomy, which oh my god, it just hit me. They're hitting all the places that... oh god. So... I will give them a point for this. They are basically trying to reenact the stories in the poems.
Oh, yeah?
Because Old Deuteronomy hangs out at the Vicar's, and where they go with Judy Dench is a church. Or it looks like a church. It also could just be because the doors aren't even really cat-sized, unless they're all, like... Oriental short-hair kittens or Manx kittens or something, because they're... like, the buildings are a little bit too big for me.
The proportions did seem a bit odd.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Then again, we've got Steven, who is an abnormally large cat.
We call him Beefin. He's a big boy.
He is a muscle boy.
Let's see. So... gosh, with the trailer, it's like we're gonna end up seeing it. Like,
oh yeah, we will be.
We're gonna end up seeing it just for this show.
Yeah,
and I'm excited, but I'm also a little terrified because I have come to have a definite appreciation for musical theater since we've seen a lot of good and a lot of bad. I'm like, okay, I definitely have an appreciation for the good. The music, I can already tell from the trailer, is going to be really good.
Oh,
at least
yeah,
the
the music is great. The choreography's great. But dear God,
it's going to be visually unpleasing to look at the whole time if it stays in this style.
I mean, it because I'm sitting here going, these poor people that worked on this worked so hard.
Oh, it takes just as much work to make a bad movie as it does to make a good movie. Not that this movie's going to be bad. It's probably going to make $1 billion.
Oh no, it's going to be amazing, but it's going to be horrifying the whole time. And just, Jesus Christ. Warren, why? What has God wrought? No, what has man wrought?
God had nothing to do with this.
God was not in this.
Satan, maybe? Someone lose a bet? I don't know.
Satan wouldn't have even touched this. I don't... And it's,
Cthulhu.
It's one of those things I feel so bad, because everything else looks interesting, although I'm still sitting here, the musical theater purist in me, going... Motherfuckers, put it in a junkyard and make it be more like the no story thing, because take some risks, damn it!
Well, technically they're taking risks is what they're doing by trying to recreate more. Like, I don't mean to defend it. I am being a little bit of a counterbalance, because if they just recreated the show, then why wouldn't people just go watch the 1998
Because of the digital fur technology. Warren.
Warren. Shit, you frazzled me.
The digital fur technology thing is still just baffling to me. I'm trying to figure out what that...
It doesn't look as good as the digital fur technology in other things, though. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Calling this digital fur technology, I'm like, I don't think this looks better than anything I've seen anywhere else, in terms of big budget things that have been released in the last decade.
God. I don't know, Warren. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of more reasons to be mad at this trailer.
I'm conflicted with this trailer.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
I'm very conflicted, because the part of me that's I want to see new reimaginings in film is going, wow, this is really groundbreaking. But then there's the part of me that was, musical theater purist going, but this isn't supposed to have a plot, and what about this character, and why this? And, like, I don't know. I guess with the rash of musical theater movies in the past few years, I was expecting it to either cut stuff out or be an exact duplicate but just set in other areas. Because...
I can see that.
Because the original movie is very, it's stationary, and the play is stationary as well, with the exception of, Gus the Theater Cat's memory of Growl Tiger.
Do you think they're going to do that same scene, or do you think they're going to do the shadowy? So
they've got to do the same scene. I love Growl Tiger so much.
So just so we're clear, the scene with him fighting all the other cats.
Yes, it's so... I love it. I'm concerned. But I also am excited. Because I want to see this, but I'm terrified.
I wonder if people can hear Steven scratching in the corner.
Possibly.
Steven wants out of the room now. He doesn't like how much we're dragging the trailer.
Yeah.
But he has no claws anymore.
He has... Yeah, he's...
Because he would be a force of nature if he did. But...
He is a tall boy. Holy smokes. Oh, man. So,
my biggest thing is I just wish that their faces looked more like cats. That is my number one thing that is bothering me.
It's bothering me, too, because I mean, on the other hand, they could try to do Hermione, which would be worse.
Ugh. That would be worse. It's like either just have it the practical makeup that they did for the show, and just go with that, and you can do CGI touch-ups and stuff like that if you really want to, or I don't know, like that. I don't want fully realistic cats walking around like people and having people bodies. I don't want that.
You don't want beefing.
I don't want beefing. Steven looks like he's getting agitated. He's like, okay, I'm gonna start wrecking shit if you don't let me out. Be patient, Steven.
We're almost done,
We are doing important stuff. just the faces, like
the
really,
faces
really the noses and the bridge up to the eyes, like eyes, noses, and mouth. Like most of them just had like the females especially just had their big, pouty lips kind of thing, but they didn't have like the divide. They don't look like cats.
They don't.
I think it's because they have major star power, and they're like, we want people to fucking know that it's Taylor Swift. And we want people to know that it's Idris Elba. Like, that's the thing is especially Idris Elba. Like, they have a scene of him as McCavity on like a billboard, and he's Idris Elba. He looks good. But he's got like this hat on and stuff, and I'm like looking at that going, I can't even tell that he's a cat. Yeah. Like, I can't even tell. He just looks like he's a bad guy in some other movie. Like, you couldn't even tell that he was a cat from what they showed. And
see, and that's where I go, this won't really be a furries movie, because with furries, they at least make the animal faces look like animal faces and not like just person face, like Thomas the Tank Engineering it on them.
To be fair, I would rather that, what it looks like right now, I would rather a full-on looks more like a furry art style than what they have right now. Yeah. But I'm still gonna see it. Of course.
I'm still gonna see it because it's cats.
Of course, and they're gonna have really good songs.
Yeah, and it's gonna be amazing, and they've got really good actors, and Jesus.
It's funny.
But those faces.
Listening to the trailer actually makes me want to listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because especially just for that song, because that song is really good.
I know. What's it called again? Memory.
Oh,
man. I'm excited and I'm scared. And it's got some powerhouses and just with directors and
they're throwing a lot of money at this.
This is gonna be so good and so terrifying. Universal Studios, why?
They have a ton of star power in this, and you can tell that they are. Maybe that's why the CGI looks a little cheap to me. Is because maybe they spent so much goddamn money on all of the actors that they are cutting back in CGI. Yeah. Because they know with such a big roster of AAA actors and stuff, they're gonna people are gonna go see it. Like we're gonna go see it. Yeah. Even though I'm like, the CGI looks
terrifying.
A little, and a little dated. Like, it doesn't look as good as it could be. Yeah. But
But man,
I'm sure there's a chart somewhere that says, "Shut up, Warren. We know what we're doing."
I'm so excited for it though, and like,
when's it come out?
Christmas.
Something else comes out Christmas that we were excited about. What was it? Anyway, later.
God, I have no idea.
We're not that excited apparently.
So more on the trailer.
Tangent
on the
Minisode.
on the story of this. It looks like they're still doing the Jellicle Ball, but they're doing it like...
The Jellicle Ball is picking who's gonna go to heaven, right?
Yeah. Okay. Who's going in the dumpster behind the...
Yeah, because they're talking about, are you gonna try for a new life?
Yeah.
So...
You know what? This kind of plays up the cult aspect a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe Steven's agitated because he's like, dude, you reminded me I'm late for my meeting. Let me out.
The Jellicle moon is shining bright. Stephen, it's not even full anymore.
Shut up. I am a cat. I know these things.
Oh, man. And, man, did you notice, though, that McCavity isn't as, like, fiery red this time? He looks more like a proper ginger tabby with regards to the coloration. Like a darker fur.
McCavity or... a Rum Tum Tugger.
McCavity, because he's a ginger baby.
Yeah, but McCavity is Idris Elba, and we only saw him in a very brief thing. Like, and he was mostly...
There were two.
There were two?
Yep, he was walking, kind of, not strutting. What's that?
Because I thought that was...
Snap, that might have been Rum Tum Tugger.
Yeah, because they have Rum...
It was so fast.
You know why I could tell it was Rum Tum Tugger? Because my blood pressure raised, and I went, I wonder if I'll get in trouble if we're in the theater, and I go, fuck you! Like, will I get thrown out, or will it just be kind of like people, whoa, what an asshole? And then they'll go back to the movie, like,
oh my God.
Then they'll tell their friends and family, we were seeing cats, and this guy behind me just said, fuck you, to the orange cat. I don't know what his deal. Did you know? And unless they listen to the show, they're not going to know that I have this deep hatred for Rum Tum Tugger. Cats trailer killed my wife. Almost did. Okay. She's still with us.
Otherwise, you would have had to have Steven co-host it. Every show.
He, no. One of the reasons I think he's so big and beefy, because you pick him up and you go, like, he's a heavy cat. One of the reasons that he's so beefy is energy was transferred from his ability to meow into his muscles and size.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the reason why, because he has the most pathetic meow. It's like, he's...
oh, God.
Please don't start knocking shit off our dresser, Steven. He's like, well, then how about you get up off your fat ass and let me out, Warren?
Oh, man. So, I guess it, like, they play up on the whole, are you going for another life? And, they have a lot of scenes of, like, I don't know, like, it made it seem more...
Sorry, please keep talking. I'm listening, but I am watching Steven.
This cat. So, it made it seem more like, oh, things are urgently happening, and I don't know, I'm sitting here trying to speculate with the changes that they've already made. I'm still not sure if I really saw what I saw. That's the other thing.
Well, we could watch it again if you want.
Oh, man.
Might clear some things up, but that... man, I don't know.
We'll probably watch it again, because I need
probably.
to know.
To disagree with you a little bit, though, I do like that rather than just having it be in the junkyard,
yeah,
they're doing other stuff.
No, I'm starting to come around to that. It's the musical theater purist in me going, but...
I gotcha.
But yeah, I'm wondering, like, are they changing around some things? Like, are they showing Plato and Rum Tum Tugger try to hide everybody when McCavity shows up? Or what are they doing? Like...
You should snap a picture of that if he'll let you. Oh, you're...
dang it, dude.
Steven is on our headboard of our bed and is reaching up to the ceiling like, is there a secret ladder somewhere here? Maybe they have hatched... I've seen those ceiling cat memes. Like, they gotta get up there somehow. Steven, please don't fall behind the bed. Wow, you're a dork. But we love you. This podcast is brought to you by Steven. Steven, do you have a big ginger tabby in your house?
Oh my god.
We should either ignore him or end the Minisode because he is very entertaining.
I had other things I was going to try to say. Jeez. This cat.
Maybe we should be videotaping this.
Oh my god, so... anyway, this stinker boy. So... I don't know, I'm really... The more that I'm talking about it, the more I really liked it. Which is weird. But I still, those faces, man, I'm just...
I think that's the thing, is that we both want to see it, and we're both excited for it, but initial reaction was that it didn't really live up to our preconceived expectation, you know?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna kind of have to be like, okay, accept it for what it is, and then when we review it, we, kind of, I don't want to say judge, well, I guess, judge. We're gonna judge it. We're gonna judge it on its merits.
Yeah.
But, okay, you got off.
Good. But... Yeah, I wanna... Because I hate that I've been making so much fun of this, because so much work went into it, but I also just... man, there's still a charm to the thing, because it still feels like Cats. But also, it kind of feels like Cats fan fiction.
Just so the folks know, Steven says goodbye. He's left the room.
Mm-hmm. He even meowed goodbye, but you couldn't hear it because meows into muscles.
Yeah, that's pretty... That sounds like a cat protein shake for cat bodybuilders. Meows into muscles.
You know what? We're lucky. we're really lucky that they didn't try to make the men super buff with unrealistic abs.
No, they seem to pretty much
bodies
just
are
take the
fine.
actors' bodies. Actually, when we finished watching the trailer, there was another video right next to it that was showing behind the scenes of the trailer.
Yeah.
And they have, like, all of the actors dancing, and
Yeah.
which I will give them credit for, because holy shit, I thought they were just gonna, copy their faces and put it on somebody else.
Yeah, no,
they
they actually are doing the dancing, which is, I don't know, it's part of why I'm like, just do the practical effects then.
Yeah.
Or make the CGI better. One of the two.
Well, that's the thing, man, is now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, that has to be it, because the CGI does look cheap.
It does.
It does look cheap, and I know a lot of work goes into it, but maybe not as much work goes into it as we think, because of as big of a cast as they have. I mean, that's an expensive cast, man. That's some huge overhead.
Really expensive cast.
Overhead. That's some huge overhead for the film. But
yeah. Man. So, Cats is going to come out at Christmas. We're going to be there. I don't...
Maybe not on Christmas.
Not on Christmas. But, like, it comes out the Christmas season, which Christmas lasts from October to December, so it'll be...
Isn't Christmas all year round because there's freaking stores that are year-round Christmas stores?
So it could come out at any time, folks. Any time, because you heard it here first. It's Christmas. And tomorrow's Christmas. The day after is Christmas. It could be any day now that it comes out.
So it's like, what you're saying is it's like the first season of One Punch Man, when they're like, this horrible thing's gonna show up between now and 6 months, and then it shows up. And...
Yeah.
So Cats is coming out tomorrow.
Cats is coming out tomorrow.
Get your tickets now.
So, yeah, it'll be out in Christmas, like sometime in December, but they always say, out this Christmas. And then, man... We're gonna be there. I don't think we'll be there opening night, just because we have lives. But we will be there. And we will... Oh, man. Yeah. So, this minisode was brought to you by Existential Dread.
And Steven.
Where you were able to watch the 5 stages of grief with this trailer.
Yeah, we're just into acceptance now a little bit. Just
acceptance.
Like, well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
We'll either like it or we'll hate it, or we'll have a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah, it'll probably be a love-hate relationship because of that CG.
That's
but
CGI.
I think it's too late to do anything about it, and it might be part of the draw.
Who knows? I don't know. They still have a lot of time, and they could absolutely do some last-minute tweaking on it, or at least touching up.
As long as nobody has to work overtime with that.
Hopefully they don't do insane crunch
I'd
time,
rather watch this as it is now than have people have to do insane amounts of overtime to... Because I've been there.
We're currently
well, not
there.
with animation, but with just overtime.
But, I would rather they just scrap the whole thing and do practical effects with, like, a CGI background.
Well, okay, yeah, that would be great.
I think that would be better.
And then you could just have it be one performance. Like...
Remember, you of other people should know this, that you've done both film and stage. So, come on, you gotta have an understanding.
That's true.
If they try to do it live, like, someone would forget their line and be like, line? Fuck!
It's Cats. Well, no, they did add some spoken lines, so never mind. It could be a case of you can't listen to the soundtrack to get the whole script. That's not a good way to memorize your lines, folks.
No, what's the biggest thing I was hoping they would have? An old possum. I was really hoping that someone out there was as dumb as me and had influence. I was like, this cats thing comes from Old Possum's book about practical cats. What if we just snuck in an old possum? Please do it. Please do it. You will make my head explode, and Kay will get life insurance money. Probably paid triple, because that is a freak accident. Once again, thank you for joining us for this mini-sode of Tone Deaf.
It's no longer a mini-sode, it's a medi-sode.
Medi-sode. That'll be a maxi-sode.
That would just be a full-sode.
Extra maxi-sode? Ultra-sode?
So...
Now we're getting into dishwasher detergents.
God. Oh, it's been a long day, and this trailer was wild. But we've learned some things.
About ourselves.
About ourselves.
And the darkness within us. And just how close the edge to the void really is.
Yep. So, you may have noticed that we were swearing a lot more this episode. That is because we are in an explicit tag. The episode that started this will actually air on Wednesday. It's okay. It's okay. This is a true, honest, gritty reaction video. Jesus Christ.
We've sunken that low, haven't we?
We've sunken that low. Jesus Christ. But we had to do it. We had to do it because we need to cover it. So,
you could.
Next.
You could beat me out, and then that way the listeners will be like, oh my God, Warren, they're going to swear in an upcoming episode. Oh my gosh. It would be very controversial.
So, yeah, the next episode is rife with cursing. It will be on Wednesday. It's the Spider-Man musical, so enjoy.
Mother.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Like, share, subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on Facebook.
At Tone Deaf Musical. At both Twitter, Facebook, and Gmail, if you want to send us an email.
Our Patreon's also Tone Deaf Musical. It will pay for therapy, from what we just saw.
I don't know if I've seen that brand of beer. Is it a wine?
It's hard liquor.
That makes
sense.
Hard
liquor.
Now I want to see that. I want to see a bottle of alcohol.
Oh my gosh, we've got to stop. So
this is Super Tangent, the
Super
Minisode.
Tangent, the Minisode. Just thank you guys for sticking with us with this one. This one's odd. And I apologize. We are just off of watching that trailer. It was horrifying, but also intriguing and wonderful at the same time.
And it will be a journey for all of us when we finally see the show and do our episode.
Yes. It will be a great retrospective, a look back on Tone Deaf and how we got there.
You know, this is actually kind of fortuitous because we released our first episode January 30th of this year, but we recorded prior to that. So Cat's coming out in Christmas. It's almost like it's coming out in the year anniversary of when we started recording our show.
Yeah, almost there.
So that's actually a
little poetic.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. If you want to join a really awesome community, come join the Podcast Junkie Discord.
Kay and I are both on there, and you want to talk to us?
Yes. Warren joined this past week, so...
Yeah, I dusted off my Discord account and joined and have posted like 3 things. But if you go in there and like, hey, me, then I'll talk to you. We love you guys so much, and we're just glad to be able to do this and to talk to you guys, and we like the interactions we've been getting on Twitter. Just thank you guys so much. We hope that you enjoyed this wild and wacky and tangent-filled, Stephen-filled episode. It's an instant classic.
This will be one of the top downloaded. God. That'll be it until Wednesday. I'm Kay.
I'm Warren.
And this has been Tone Deaf.